Well, hey there, family. Welcome as we begin our Old Gods of Appalachia story for tonight. Or it might be time for things to begin changing after beating up and saying goodbye to the West Witch, as well as her servitors, servants. The reclamation of Basil, or Dorothy, for the moment, seems to have come to a stop while our crew decided that it might be time to make it over to the big city itself in order to, well, close up some loose ends. And it is with that in hand and in mind that Ridge and Ivy made some agreements. Things that would help them make their way a little bit easier, so to speak. Since they did not want to take the railroad for some odd reason, fearing it. But people in these places can think of all types of crazy things. So, with that, we'll begin today. The sound on the road coming towards that house, as many in this town began to call it here in Aver County. What house all those gold coming from? That house. That house you best not be going near, boy. Don't you go smiling at any woman from that house. They're fine, but just not the type of woman you want to go marrying, that's all. No courting, no really be seen with, and just best stay away from them altogether. Let them serve you the tea and the cornbread in the diner, but after that, just leave them be. Besides, strange things seem to find you. The foxes ain't right near that house. No, sir.
Rude.
Especially not that one. That one fox by that house. No, sir. And yet, the carriage, carved with all types of crawling creature, bug, many, many legs upon them, adorn it. One of those entomologists, people would think. Those bug guys, maybe. Some wealthy man who just, well, decided to have his profession all over his thing. I mean, if you got the money, you can do what you want, I guess. That's what they told themselves anyway, those who saw it that night. Moving through town. Heck, you can only really see what was on it because of that lamp. That lantern that showed the man with the long brimmed hat. God and the two horses. Got them careful like. Quick, too quick. Never mind the shadows of the horses. It's best not to think too much. Why, they seem to have too many legs. All the same. This carriage that no one really had recognized and didn't want to look too closely at. Slowly, as the sky warmed, and brought out the chorin that had to be done before people made their regular day. It crawled its way down the road to that house. And of course, Charlie, Ruby, and Basil, you see you pull up to your porch. And who doesn't jump on out but Ivy and Rich?
Hi, guys.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
So it looks down. She says, "Hi, guys." He goes, "Don't be too long."
You hush it. You're on my time now. You're still creepy. Guy,
We found a ride.
Me and Rich found a ride. Yeah. Yep.
That is a red.
Yeah, it's a carriage.
It's better than the train.
Charlie looks it up and down. And he sort of lets out a sigh. So what kind of deal did you make for it?
Good
Talking
question.
about Charlie.
Looking at Ivy.
Ivy has not looked at you properly. She will not look in your eyes. She keeps on looking around, looking at you, but not looking at you. Well, I mean, we just met a friend in the woods when we were walking, and
Where exactly in the woods?
you know, up near the mines, up there, kind of. Yep.
Near the mines or in the mines?
He just wanted to, you know, logistics. I learned that word in Basil's book.
Do not draw me into this. I wish you would have brought dynamite home instead of this.
What matters is we found a ride.
You guys said I wasn't allowed to bring dynamite. Yeah.
What is that? Okay, so is the the inside nothing but? Okay,
No, it's fine.
It's creepy. Why is it covered in creepy crawlies?
Look, you can sit on Charlie's lap and he'll protect you.
I mean, it's just the visual, and she gets a little closer to you guys. Don't look too closely at the driver. I mean, he looks pretty normal, but sometimes his skin does move and bulge in places that it probably shouldn't.
I don't want to know this. I didn't want to know this. Why did you tell me this? I didn't want to know this. Oh my god! And I've got a question, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been since all the crazy cracker stuff happened with that night?
Oh, with everything coming at the house?
Yeah,
I think it's been one night.
one night. Okay, there ain't no way that Ruby is going to bring Bianca with her in this, because she's all hurt and stuff. So okay, I just needed to know. All right, that's it. I'm sorry to interrupt.
All right. Charlie looks up at the driver and just nods his head and says, "Pardon me, sir, if you will give us a moment." Looks at everyone else and says, "Inside the house, now."
I just,
And he walks inside the house.
what happens if you summon your birds to the bug carriage? Will they eat the bug carriage?
Yeah.
Let's not try it right now and go follow. Get. Shoo.
Ivy
Go
pulls
inside.
Ridge.
Go inside.
Yeah,
Ivy
one
pulls
day it
Ridge
disappeared and you
goes,
think she's in charge.
Ridge, this is why they don't leave me alone. She falls inside.
I think I'm starting to see the reason as well.
We call it chaos. It's just not cute anymore, though.
It's still kind of cute. Like, go
Was it
inside, all of y'all.
I already started. Damn. You're nagging like a wife, and I ain't even Charlie.
I'll go inside after everybody else gets inside.
So if it's only been a night, that's still enough time. Okay. Charlie has taken out a notebook. He's got a small little pocket notebook he's taken out, and he's flipping through it as everyone comes in.
Charlie, did you start a conspiracy notebook?
No.
Oh, I was about to be proud.
I
No.
promise there's only an 80% chance our chauffeur is Bugs.
No, it's about 100% chance, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
because that's how things happen. Because this here family has got itself a bit of a problem.
with making deals with things?
I mean,
To be fair,
I
I
was
only made a deal to free myself from a deal that I have not made.
Let me ask you this real seriously, Basil. Do you know how many things you've technically made a deal with?
You mean last night or like in general since I met y'all?
Since you met us all over the past
Okay.
year?
So there was the one last night. There's the one in the cave. I think that's it.
All right.
Oh, you're way wrong. You're way
What I
wrong.
miss? What I miss?
There's wolves that we met when we went to rescue my dad.
Oh fuck, I forgot about
There's
them.
the first time I think we actually met Hornet Head. There's a couple other ones that we've met along the
I
way.
only met Hornet Head last night.
Are you
Oh,
two
shit.
done?
Yeah.
Yeah. The point is, though, I've made the. Well, I don't know if Ridge has made less deals than I have. But of the original family, I've made the least amount of deals.
We as a family have made a lot of deals, a lot of things. We as a family owe a lot to a lot of things. If we're going to keep doing that, which I can't imagine we're going to stop anytime soon, we got to start keeping track of it. You got to start.
This is a deal book, not a conspiracy book.
Nods, he opens the book and shows the first page. First page has his name at the top. Under it, you see what looks like a table ledger. On the table ledger at the top, has the columns labeled, and it says name, what was received, what is owed. He has on his page, the top name is just Jack. What was given was music. What is owed just says a favor to be determined.
Well, that was a stupid deal to make.
Under it, there's another line, also starts with Jack. What was given was a candle to save his family. was owed is one child. He then flips and shows the subsequent pages. Each page has a name at the top of it. Ivy, Ruby, Basil, Ridge. And the last page says the family. He then flips to the page after that. The top of that page says, who has claim on us? At the moment, the only thing written is Avery County. He looks at everyone and he says, before we take one step towards New York City, we're filling out this book so we know exactly where we stand. If we want any chance of not having the green or the darkness or whatever the hell else is out there tear us apart and destroy us, we're going to start keeping track of this, so we have at least some idea where we stand.
Oh, I think I'm gonna need a bit of time to think on that, Charlie.
That's fine. Above table, we can fill it in later.
Okay. 'Cause
But
I
I do
remember
do
off
want
the
it
top of my
filled
head.
in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Basil's might be the easiest to fill in.
Ridge is probably pretty easy at this point.
Yeah.
Well, he's only known us for what, 2 days?
So
Yeah.
yeah, we can skip forward past this unless anyone wants to argue.
No, I just feel like I've been called into the teacher's office.
Charlie doesn't
You
seem
remind me of a headmistress I once had, which is kind of weird.
particularly angry. He just looks very tired.
Well,
Also, one child. Some of you two want to tell us.
My recollection is you and Iva were listening at the door. You heard about it because you teased me about it later.
Yeah, but it's always fun to keep teasing you about it.
Right.
You're the one that told me I should start being teasing again because I was freaking you out by apologizing.
It's fine. It's fine. We just need to get this.
Poison.
Let's get this taken care of and get on this. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it longer than I have to. So let's just get on the carriage and go.
Charlie is looking at Ivy.
Yes, Charlie.
You gonna fill this out for me?
You got enough paper in
Quiet. It's not funny, Basil. I mean, yes, I'll fill out most of it.
Ivy.
Charlie. Some things don't like to be written down or have themselves known about. You know this.
Well, I know.
But so I will fill out what I can.
You don't have to use their actual names,
I know.
but we need to know everything that you owe to something else, whether you name the specific entity or not.
Well, I mean, do you need to know if it's owed still or like even the ones that paid off technically?
Ones that paid off, we don't have to worry about, so long as there isn't any lingering things owed.
Lingering things owed, but there's lingering things. Just says under breath. Which you guys all probably hear.
Yeah, you
Bull
whisper.
arms
You
don't like
whisper.
that. They like you to speak correctly.
You whisper so loudly, Ivy. You do know that, right?
She does now.
Forget that. It's so quiet around here. Normally I have
I don't
Toby
think
around
Sharpie
and he's
does.
loud. Do you guys need to stop anywhere before we go? Though.
Do we have to go up to the river and be like, hey, we're leaving. Please let us go. We'll be back.
I mean, I don't really know because earlier I was in Pennsylvania. Today,
What?
like today. I mean, yes. What?
What?
Yeah. It was
What?
weird. Yeah, the carriage like took us to Pennsylvania.
She's
That's kinda
actually
cool.
being very
They're
truthful
in the
about this.
barrel.
Did both of you imbibe in some something?
No, we met a
I
nice
quit
lady.
drinking.
Okay, so like we didn't start around Pennsylvania. We met this lady, and she said she had to go to Barrow to get dropped off there or do something there. So we ended up going there, and she
All right,
gave
I'm gonna need you
Bridge a
not
deck
to
of cards.
that game for a while.
Okay.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what these cards do. They're very interesting, though.
Oh dear Lord. Let's just all get in the cart before I change my mind.
Is there any preparations we need to make?
Well, I bought a new shotgun. And then I replaced the shotgun that we broke about Ivy's daddy.
I mean, are we leaving anybody to look after the girls?
Bianca, I ain't taking her with me.
It's fine. Bianca will be here, but
Let's be honest, when it comes to looking after the girls, Bianca's got the best track record.
still be nice
we
to
could have
someone.
my pa keep an eye on them.
All right. Just want to have someone keeping an eye on them who, can talk to people and they'll understand what's being said. Only Ruby can understand Bianca.
You know, I'm still doubting if that's true.
Well, Ruby understands the words, at least.
Oh, it's all about body language, huh? Let's go!
All right. So you come out to the carriage. Oh, yeah. So you come out to the carriage here. And it is comfortable and well adorned.
Minus being bug infested.
I don't see any bugs.
It just looks like bugs on the outside for the design. There's no bugs inside. Just don't look at the driver, guys. It's fine.
And even then, there's only an 80% chance he's made out of bugs.
I never looked at the horses either.
Oh, we
You
didn't
know,
look at the
I'd
horses.
say my life was normal before I met y'all, but I'm finding out that was a lie, so...
We should have inspected the horses, Ivy.
Your life was a storybook.
Shut the...
You
Get in
should
the
have
carriage.
inspected the horses, Rich.
We should have looked at the horses.
Okay,
I don't
fine.
trust bug horses.
Fine, they just have a couple extra legs, because that's not the weirdest thing we've seen, guys. We should make a book of the weirdest things we've
Spider
ever
horse,
seen.
spider horse.
You get on the carriage. That's a man. Probably the man. Looks back. Looks right at Nami. Where to?
Where to? Ivy says in his voice to Basil.
You know what? Do we want to take care of Marco or my daddy first?
To Ruby. Where to?
New York City. They're both in New York City, aren't they?
Yeah, I just thought about where to. He was asking for a specific direction. I got nervous.
Oh, I have no clue. Well, New York City, that's where we're heading.
Back in his voice. New York City. You decide how we get there. I don't know how. I've never been farther than Pennsylvania now.
And then we were only there for a couple minutes. Somehow. You know, it still doesn't make much sense to me.
Excuse me. All right then. He hits the horse hard and it begins to move. Dawn not quite here, but enough where shadows are there. This strange driver quickly puts the carriage into the shadows of the woods. The dark places. The places between hills. Where the sun never quite gets to the bottom. The window's shut. And you move along. Soon, you hear the sound. Sound you don't hear very often, but you know when it is, what it is, and what it portends. Locusts. The scream of locusts in the air. So many. And the buzzing and the chittering. As the carriage continues to move.
Basil's 100% trying to look at the bugs outside the window.
I'm totally helping you.
Fascinating.
As you take a peek outside, you see a tunnel covered in bugs and centipedes, things that are too long and too big, just crawling up the walls of the carriage.
We're not gonna describe this to Ruby at any point or time. Okay?
I think when you say that and look over at Ivy, you see something moved quickly inside of her, and she goes, "Uh-huh."
I'm still gonna pretend I didn't see that.
See what?
Nothing. I ain't seen nothing. She closes the window, closes her eyes, and
Okay.
pretends to sleep. Wait a minute. Do you think we could put some of these bugs on the perfume factory?
I don't know.
Good way to ruin his business.
I could try to take some with us when we land, if they're around.
I'm just thinking. So when we get to New York, how exactly are we gonna ruin these two men?
That's a good question. I thought we were gonna stop by a mine to get help from the kid.
Oh yeah, we should have done that.
Ivy asked Ruby where to.
Excuse me, driver, we picked the wrong location.
Well, I thought we were gonna be taking the
Excuse me,
slow
we have to
way.
turn around.
No,
Oh no, this is like the fast way.
you know what, guys? You pick where we're going. I don't know anymore.
No, I think you're right. I think we were supposed to go see that
Yeah.
kid.
I don't.
You're good. I was just noting that's why they asked Ruby, because they wanted to know if there was something they were missing.
Yeah, Ruby and Charlie are the brains of the operation when it comes to like steps to follow.
So I think it's good. All right, we'll just sort of backtrack a bit. It's fine. So in that case, it's not too long after that you find yourself find yourself close to a mine, and it's not morning anymore. It's dark. You get out. You can hear the sound of things crawling. And it is not one more step that you take away from the carriage that the sound stops. You can hear the clang of rocks, of glass hitting glass, but no bugs, no birds. The ground itself is hard, sharp. Ahead, you can see several tracks that push into several entrances to the mountain ahead of you. As you find you might just be in the territory of that boy.
Okay, Basil. Now, did you want to get his lantern?
What am I supposed to do with his lantern?
The lantern is supposed to it was what did it do? It was supposed to keep anything that's keep stuff hidden. Like traps or whatnot hidden from the people that you're wanting to from either from your the Oh my God, my brain. I'm sorry.
The bugs really freaked you out, didn't it?
It really did. Either from Marco or from your dude.
Well, I feel like you should use the lantern because I feel like Marco would be more used to a double cross and be looking for traps.
Yeah.
Where as far as I know, my daddy doesn't know that I know that he sold me for perfume.
That's true. Okay. Well, I mean, if
I've
that's
already
what you
kind
want
of
to do.
moved against Marco, so he's kind of expecting something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah, you should probably use them.
All right. That's fine. I'll do that then.
All right.
So I'll go to the entrance to the cave.
All right. Go up to the mine. What'd you like to do?
I'm here to borrow your lantern. To take care of Marco. She calls out.
A blue light appears within the mine. And around you, it shines upon so many boys, young and skinny, others stout, all calloused hands, the sign of digging and picking. Some wear faces burned, others crushed mouths, others burning, smoking eyes. A testament to the deaths they saw, all abandoned. And one boy, wearing work overalls that look a little too big for him, dirty with soot, carrying the lantern, keeps approaching. His eyes are black, the color of shovel dust, flat and dead. But as you stare, Ruby, they're not empty. They filled with hatred. As he sees you and addresses. You have come. Are you ready?
I am.
Marco. He bears a cost. Vengeance is what is called for. I want you to free those in Osgrove. They can help you. And all the boys freed from there. I'll be sure that they follow your path to their vengeance. And for that, you may make use of the blue ghost as he wags the lantern. What do you do?
Where do I need to go?
Something.
What was called Osgrove,
Osgrove.
a borough forgotten.
Osgrove. And free the boys there. Okay.
There follow the ghost.
Alrighty. If that's what I need to do.
They can help you get this Marco. And you may understand more of what he did.
Okay.
Stop that.
Sorry.
Where is this Osgrove?
I got a feeling if we talk
Which way do we need to go?
New York.
It's in New York. Okay.
Lost.
Lost.
There were factories. People shuffled into where they could be.
Mm.
And then it was gone.
Okay.
Now the name is hardly even in the minds of those such as I. And if others speak it, they simply call it the Lost Borough.
The Lost Borough. Okay. We shall go right now. Ivy, your little friend your creepy crawly friends can get us to the Lost Borough, Osgrove, right?
Sure.
We're just not going to mention that
Why
that little boy
not?
has a deeper voice than Ivy's daddy.
I
Charlie,
don't
Charlie.
question
Nope.
anything anymore, okay?
Look, I'm trying to question the things that make a little bit of sense to me, because if I have to question why the horse has many legs, we're done. Also, I've been hanging out with y'all.
No,
too
the
long.
horse has a normal amount of legs. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Just stop.
5.
Stop. Just stop right where you are. Just stop. We don't need to know how many legs this horse has, okay? I appreciate
It's
the
okay. He
thought.
was just counting the fifth leg.
It's normal
was
for a
little bit
horse,
bigger
right?
than normal.
Yeah, 5 legs is normal. Yep, okay. Let's just go.
She didn't get the joke.
Or, okay, Charlie.
Yeah.
If I'm making a mistake.
I don't think we're in a position where we can worry about that anymore.
Okay.
And I think that he'll approach Ruby. He's going to sort of lean forward, put his forehead against hers, put his hand on her cheek and say, "When we get rid of Marco, are you going to feel safer?"
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Shh, everybody get in the carriage. Mom and Daddy are talking.
You know what, Basil?
Shut up, Basil. Charlie will give her a quick kiss and say,
Ew.
"We can't afford to pretend that we're not wrapped up in this anymore.
No, we can't.
And at least this one, very straightforward in what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's not playing games. So let's go find this lost burrow.
All right.
How hard can it be?"
Why'd you say that? Now it's going to be the most difficult thing we've ever had to encounter.
Nope. There's still someone who wants to wear me as a suit. I'm counting him as the most difficult.
We haven't seen him.
Hey, don't you even. Don't you jinx it. Get in the carriage.
Charlie winks at Ruby. Goes into the carriage.
She's not.
I've lost count of the horse legs.
Why were you
All
still
right, Ridge.
counting? Just get in the carriage, Ridge. Just get in the carriage.
I like counting.
Okay.
You know what? You can start counting how many times Charlie and Ruby send each other longing looks and try to pretend like they're not.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
I lose count around 25 a day.
I think I've counted, the most I've counted was 10 at least.
Gotcha. Let's go. She just out of pure habit, she just gives Charlie a look like, "Please help me."
Oh,
One,
that's one.
Basil, you're gonna have to define for our new friend what a longing look is.
Yeah.
I think he thinks it's whenever there's eye contact at all.
you
Close
two?
enough.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, sometimes I think if we get stuck in the middle of your two eye contact, we're going to burst into flames.
Let's just get on the carriage. Let's go.
Does that count? Or do I count it as half of one?
I count it as one.
Yeah.
All right.
To the Lost Barrow, good sir.
Yep, we're going to the Lost Burrow.
Oswood.
I'll get you close.
Much obliged.
You have one consciousness, or all the bugs are conscious inside? But sorry. That's rude to ask, isn't it?
Just let it be, Basil.
But
Just
it's
let it be.
fascinating. Why
I-
when something's creepy and fascinating, I'm not allowed to ask questions.
Nobody said you couldn't ask questions. I just said let it be. But if you want to ask questions, you go ahead and ask questions.
I have to
Speaking
sit
of
up there and talk
questions,
to him. Then I
speaking of
don't have to look at
questions,
you two.
speaking of questions, Charlie,
Yeah.
That's
What were those two things that you wrote? What are those two pieces of paper you got in your pocket?
Charlie gives you a funny look. What are you talking about?
You wrote down something before we went to battle. What was it?
Went into battle? I don't.
Oh, we didn't go into battle. We were getting ready. We were trying not to fight that one person that we were fighting off. You right before we went to go see the Cowardly Lion. She says in air quotes.
Charlie thinks for. Oh no, you know about the things I wrote before the Scarecrow?
Yeah, the Scarecrow.
Oh, they're nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, don't worry about it, me.
Lying in
is
a
it?
relationship is not healthy.
If we get into the carriage and get it moving, I will give them to you. But I want us to start moving.
That's what I thought we were doing. I thought we were already in the carriage and we were moving.
Okay. He hunts in his pocket. I don't know why you want to see him so bad. Fine. He hands you the two pieces of folded paper.
She opens it.
There's a big one and a small one.
Mm-hmm.
The big one on the most of the writing's on the inside, but on the big one on the outside is written, "Read this." On the small one on the outside is written, "Give this to the blonde."
Has a name. Damn.
Oh, Charlie, you do know my name, don't you?
Charlie just kind of sighs and says, "You're all smarter than this." Okay.
Sorry, what was your name again?
You know what, Fridge? Okay, she's gonna open.
Only
Nope.
jesting.
Open the big one first if you want to understand.
I'm opening the big one right now. She opens the big one.
She opens the big
Usually
one.
you save that for the honeymoon.
Oh my.
There's a list of names.
Mm-hmm.
From top to bottom, it says Basil, Ivy, Ruby. There's a space and it says Ridge. Next to each of them are a few sentences. Next to Basil, it says, "The one with the false leg. She's smarter than you. Listen to her." Next to Ivy, it says, "The young red-headed one. She saved your life. Look after her." Next to Ruby, it says, "Blonde hair, blue eyes." Blue eyes is underlined 3 times. And it says, "She's the love of your life. Get your shit together for her sake." Further down, next to Ridge, it just says, "The big guy. You literally met him 3 hours ago. Seems like a good egg." And that's all that's on there.
Very accurate description of.
And then okay, and she'll open up the. Okay. And she opens up the one that says, "Give this to the blonde."
Did Ruby just figure it out?
Yep.
Okay. You're opening the other one?
Uh-huh.
All right. The other one says, it's just as a small letter. It says, "Ruby. I've loved you since that day we met. I will love you again.
Aw.
Charlie."
All you hear is, "Aw." She folds it up and puts it in her
I don't
Yeah,
know
she
how
tucks
many
it
that
into her-
counts as.
tucks it into her blouse. Like, okay. I'm satisfied. All right. Here, you can have this one back, just in case you do lose your memories.
He'll look at Basil, who I'm certain is sitting there, shaking, wanting to know what the hell is in the notes. And
No, she's just smiling like a Cheshire cat at the two of you.
yeah, well, all the same, he looks at Basil and just says, "It was a contingency in case the scarecrow took my memories of all of you."
Well, doesn't worry. I'm just the one that doesn't exist anymore.
You do too exist. Shush.
He exists to us. It's all that matters.
You exist in my brain, so therefore you exist everywhere else.
You think that the warden forgot me and he doesn't remember I ruined that man's life?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I should have checked on that.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask above board exactly, given what did happen with the girls and the fact that they couldn't even see Basil. How exactly did Basil buy 2 shotguns?
You said I bought them.
Okay, well, that answers that question.
I said I got 2 shotguns.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Loading out of the
There was a
shop.
replacement and there was a new one. How they got there is none of your business.
It ain't my fault if they can't see me when I want to do business.
You're like trying to pay. They just like floating money.
Well, okay. So,
With that, then, you want to move on.
yeah.
The carriage stops, lurches. And you find yourself as the doors open. And the coachman says, "You're all right. You get on all right. You're in a wood of a type, but you can still hear noises. Hammers and engines. As you realize, looking out a ways, you can see a home and what looks like a top of street. This is where our dominion ends. It's as close as we can get. Welcome to Yonkers."
Yonkers, okay. Could you give me a general direction as to where this grove is?
Oh, okay, let's go. I don't know of a place like that.
Okay.
Somewhere in New York, in the cities, maybe surrounding islands, but the creepy crawly stops here.
Alrighty. Matrix.
Wait, we're here already?
We're in New York. We're just not
We're just
where we
not
need to go.
we're in New York. We're just not in New York.
Yeah, pretty
We're
much.
in the general location.
Mm,
Man, that was quick.
That
we
was
did make
quick.
it to Pennsylvania very quickly as well, so
He will.
Abby.
Charlie
sticks her
will
out.
look at. Charlie will ask Ivy. I'm assuming you made the deal for transport back as well eventually.
She hops out of the cart.
This is going to be an interesting
That's
month or
funny.
so. It's going to be. We're going to have so much fun.
Is the carriage still there? Or is it disappeared?
For the moment, it's there.
Charlie will turn to the driver
Mhm.
and say, do we have transport back, or was this a one-way trip?
I was told to take her and all of you where you needed to go. Eventually ended here. Though, if she is still like this, she can probably find me again.
Just gonna ignore what that means.
Understood.
Oh, are we gonna have to do the bug thing
That's special.
again?
Guys, I gotta go real quick.
Okay.
You come back past the city limits, find a place crawling. You might be able to find me.
All right.
Ivy hops out, salutes the bug guy, and looks to see what the city looks like from where we are. 'Cause she's never seen a big city.
All right. All right, cool. Just give me 1 sec. Sorry. All right. All right. So, sorry, everybody. Let's see here. Get back on track here. So you want to find, as you look out, you can see the bright lights even here at night. It shines. The stars aren't really there. It's disoriented. It's as though the lights themselves made a deal where the stars would come on down and only be in the city, trapped and colored. Their luminance amazing, but not the same. It's contained. Almost like the glory of the hills you had walked is bottled and bricked in. But there stands. As we look at it, what do you think everyone's taken in from this sight?
Ivy is at first awe-inspired at just never being somewhere this large or seeing something like this. But then as her eyes do kind of go up to the skyline and seeing just how the city itself shines almost brighter than what she used to call the brightest light she would know, the stars, because she didn't really know this such things as lights, you know. So she just like looks, I think, confused almost, like, and looks to Ruby. Does it really shine brighter than the stars?
That it does. I think that's one of the things that I didn't like about living in the city was It's hard to see the stars.
I think that Charlie has a real mix of emotions looking at the scene. I think that he's reminded, it's bigger, but it does remind him of the time he spent in Memphis when he was basking in his newfound fortune and fame, so to speak. And he remembers at the time hearing about musicians making the trip to New York, where they were going to get themselves recorded. Something called a studio. They were just starting to go, and so he'd heard about it. But that seems like ages ago. And I think that he's both a little leery of the big city and what it might mean to Ivy and Ruby. But I think he's also a little leery of whether or not it brings up old habits. And that he's telling himself to stay focused on what they're here for.
What about Ruby?
Ruby is. She's got a frown on her face. She didn't think she'd be back. And she doesn't look scared. She just looks. She looks what's the word I'm looking for? Determined.
Anything for Ridge?
As Ridge steps out, he kind of just notices how big everything is, and he's never been in any place that's been very large and so open, and it almost actually kind of makes him uncomfortable. And he kind of sees it. You can kind of see, if they took a look at him, you can kind of see in his like facial expression, he kind of has like his eye twitching, and like he seems almost tense at the sheer vastness of everything. It's almost kind of uncomfortable to him.
Very good.
I do think Charlie would, after taking that in, he'll probably squeeze Ruby's hand quickly. And then he'll say to Ivy, stick by Ruby and I, all right? You haven't been in a place like this before. I know you're excited, but stick by us, all right? We'll make sure that you get to see some of it. This is a different kind of forest.
Okay, boss.
What?
Okay, boss. I won't get lost. I promise.
We need a leash for her, Charlie.
She'd just get out of that too.
That's true.
So
I could be a watchful set of eyes, very perceptive, 80% of the time.
What
And
is-
then the other 20%, she'll probably blow something up, and I'll find her quickly. So
what is the main thing, the first step that y'all want to try to be taken?
We need to find this lost.
The Lost Burrow.
The Lost Burrow. Oh. You know what, Charlie? I'm kind of a dummy. Don't they call if I remember correctly, they call all these little towns inside of New York City little boroughs. Isn't that right?
You would know better than I, but yeah, I've heard of the Bronx, right? That's one of them. Is that
Yeah,
what they're called boroughs?
I'm a dummy. It took me this long. I am such a dummy. I've never been to New York in real life, okay? So
That's fine. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Well, did we get a sense? I'm thinking about what the ghost said, that even beings like him don't really remember it. Do we have a sense that we can get any information about it just from people in the city, or are we going to have to look in a different way?
Oh.
Because I'm pretty good at gathering information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Baskerville might say library.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would guess too. All right, I think we should
The
head to the library.
Right.
Yeah. Let's do this. You all head there. Partially because I got hit by some crazy amount of tire during this session anyway. So what I went in and did is next session's half off. Just because I felt super weird the entire session, and even now my brain's not quite GM firing.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go ahead and here, and we'll pick up as y'all kind of go into libraries and that type of thing.
Cool.
Next week. Sound good for everyone?
That sounds
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
that's fine.
No worries.
Just be. That was all right. So we'll. For that, we'll go ahead and here and see what insanity we get up to next week as the woods are replaced by streets that might sometimes be just as dark.
All right.
All right, family. See you real soon.
Not family.
Nah.